Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Kimberly, and I have some alterations that I need to do to some pants that are extremely long, and I want to show you the easy way to make them shorter, make them fit. Hold on. Okay, so I put the whole complete outfit on just so you can see the top and bottom. Okay, so I got them pulled up, but I could actually pull them up some more because even this part is too long. So let me show you my feet. You can barely see, but I got them pulled up really, really high, and I'm not gonna wear heels with them. And I just want them just to look like they're almost on the floor or on the ground. So this is too high. This is definitely too high. So I want to show you a couple of ways. Well, I'm just going to show you one way that I'm going to make these shorter, make these work. And that is just to turn it down one time to see if that's going to work. So I think that's going to work. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. This in a way where you don't have to make a whole nother waistband. You're going to use a waistband that is already on the pants. So I'm going to take these apart from the top instead of the bottom. Normally I would hem the pants to make them shorter, but even if I do that, I still got to pull them up because they're too high. They're too long. And I like them high, but they're too long in here, so I'm going to take some away from this. They don't have side pockets, so if you have pockets on the sides of your pants, you probably cannot do this and make it work using the same waistband that's on it. So it's pretty self-explanatory. If you could turn it down, and if that's a good place, then you know where you can cut it. And also if you don't have pockets, and it's going to come, you know, you're going to end up sewing into the pockets. You don't want to do that. So these do not have pockets on them. I turned it down one time, and I think that I'm satisfied with that in the front and in the back because this is a crop top. So I don't want it too low. I'm going to turn it down one more time. And this may still work. That's turned down twice. But if I raise my arms too much, so I think that I'm just going to turn it down one time. And yeah, I wish I could do 1.5 or 1 1/4. I may just take off a little bit more than the half. I may take off 1/4. Let me think about it for just a second, and when I come back, I'll be showing you and telling you exactly what I decided to do, if I'm going to take a little bit more away or not. Okay, so stay tuned so you can see, for those of you who know how to sew and have a sewing machine, so you can see exactly how I'm going to reuse this waistband. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my Sharpie, because, and it does not disappear or anything. This is permanent, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to sew over it. And this is folded down. The waistband is folded down, so all I'm doing is marking where I need to cut. But I'm making sure that I hold on to this and there's not extra fabric underneath here, because I want to make sure that my cut is as straight as possible. So I'm going to do this all the way around this waistband, so when I cut it, I can just follow the lines. Okay, so once I get it marked, you see I have this line, and I follow this line all the way around the pants. I've unfolded the waistband. The waistband is in the upright position, and I'm just going to follow the lines all the way around. And I'm just going to continue to cut all the way around. Just keep cutting and turning it. Until you get all the way back around to where you started. Now you got 2 pieces. And also, I'm not cutting anything off of this waistband. This is the waistband part. I'm not cutting anything off of it at this time. So this is the front of the pants. This is the front of the pants. So I know the string goes in the front. Okay. So I'm going to turn the waistband inside out. This is the front of the waistband. That's the back. But before I start pinning it to the garment, I'm going to place some pins on the waistband, and I'm going to place some pins on the pants in 4 different places, and I'm going to make sure that I match the pins up here and here. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do this. Since I know that this is the front, there's no seam, I'm going to start, well, I guess there is a seam. There is a seam, so there is a seam on the front and back. So I won't even worry about placing pins there. I will match those seams up. Let's stick that down there. Match these seams up here so I can get my right and left. So I'm going to place a pin on the right side and on the left side of the waistband and the pants. Okay, now after doing that, now I will grab the waistband. I'll stick the pants in here. And because there is a seam in the front and back, I'll match those front and back seams up, place a pin. So I'll match the front and back seams up. I'll place a pin there, and then the pins that I placed on the sides, on the right and left of the waistband and the right and left side of the pants, I will also place pins there. Okay, let me tell you a little secret, what I just did. I placed all the pins there on the inside. But this fabric here, the pants, this fabric down here is not up here. I placed it down here because I am going to stitch really close to the waistband. I don't want that big gap between the waistband. So I'll show you how I'm going to sew that together so you can save your original waistband. Okay, I have my needle down. It's kind of going to be hard for you all to see, but the fabric at the bottom is the pant fabric. What I have at the top is the waistband. So you want to take it slow and make sure that the fabric is even when you're doing it. Even though I'm not using stretchy fabric or and I'm not sewing on the elastic, I still have it on a zigzag stitch, okay? Okay, I have gotten to the end. I'm going to back stitch. Okay, and then I have completely finished sewing the waistband back on here. And this fabric that I said I was not going to cut at the time, I'm about to cut it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it up, but I'm going to stitch on this side. I'm going to stitch on this side before I cut it. I'm going to stitch again, but I'm going to stitch on this side. Okay, now the finished waistband. This is the front, and it's just like it was when I first started. So I took the fabric from the top part of the pants, left the waistband intact as it was originally, and reattached it. I used zigzag stitch as well as straight stitch because I was not sewing directly onto the elastic that's in here. So this is not stretchy fabric. I didn't really need zigzag, but I used zigzag at first, and then I ended it with a straight stitch all the way around. So there it is. You cannot tell the difference. You cannot tell the difference. So thank you, and let me know if there's any other tutorials you would like to see in the future. Okay, here's the completed piece. Let me let the camera down so you can see the bottom. And that's the completed top. Then I left the original waistband on and took the fabric off the top part, basically just moved the waistband down and reattached it. So again, let me know if there's any other tutorials that you'd like to see. In the meantime, y'all keep sewing.